Hello.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Oh, good evening, everybody.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah. Came late. I was trying to join through my system, but it's not coming up. So sorry for coming late.
That's fine.
Okay. Please give me some minutes. I'm trying to use my system, but the system is not coming up. I'm trying to.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm with you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Yeah. Good evening. Sorry, I'm with you guys. I'm trying to connect through my system. It's just coming up. Just give me some minutes. Yeah, hello, can you hear me? Let's try this system. Why is it not coming up? No, it's serious. Okay. Hello. Hello. Okay.
Yeah, we can hear
Sorry.
you.
Sorry. Okay. Let me just leave the system for now. I'm trying to. Okay. I'm trying to, my Fine. Can you all hear me now? I'm using 2 devices. Okay.
Yes, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
we can hear you.
Okay. Oh, fine. That's great. Yeah, good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Yeah, how was our day? How has it been? Hope you are fine and welcome to class. Sorry, that person should mute his mic. Okay. Let me send you. I'm trying to set up my system. Okay, just give me some minute, please. The system should come up. So the system now. Oh, just give me some minutes, please. More, please. Why today? Why? Oh no. Oh, sorry guys, my screen is not coming up. Okay, let's dive in today. Okay, let me just leave that for now because of our time. I hope it comes up. I'll stop misbehaving. Okay. Yeah, everybody, welcome. Yeah, last week Friday, we were able to meet and do an introduction to the class. I hope most people that was in the last class was here today too, right?
Yes, we are here.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's just start. I don't know. I'm part of those things I said last week. What are those things? What can you remember? Yeah, go on and go on. Go on.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, just a brief introduction to what cybersecurity is, and some of the branches you mentioned, like some terminologies also was mentioned, like phishing, Wi-Fi hacking, and cracking and stuff like that. So basically, it's just the production that you mentioned. So that's what I can remember at the moment.
Wow. Is that Chas?
So what?
Who just spoke? Olo what?
Yes. Hello. Yes.
Yeah, fine. Thank you. Who else has something to say? Just a recap. I'll be repeating them but let me just get what I talked about last week. Okay. If there is no one else, let's just start. Sorry, I will not be able to share the screen today. I don't know. So I'm going to check that later after the class. Okay. Welcome to class, everybody. Once again, let me introduce myself. My name is Mary, and I will be your cybersecurity tutor for this 8 weeks program. Okay, like I said last week, that cybersecurity is all about protecting your system, your devices, and your networks from digital attack. Now, when I'm talking about devices, I know your monitor, your laptop, your phone, your CPU, any device. So it's just about protecting the confidentiality, the integrity of your information. Now, cybersecurity is just generally, let me put it again, anyhow you are able to grab it, just a simple term definition. Let it just stick with you. Don't need that lengthy words of English. Cybersecurity is just a practice of protecting your system, your device, and your networks from digital attack. Now, and in cybersecurity, we have different types of cybersecurity. We have the network security I talked about last week. We have the information security. We have the application security, the cloud security, and also we have the internet security. Now, I said is about protecting your system, your network, your device from being attacked. Now, the reason why you are protecting all these things is because so that your information will not be, it will not be stolen, your intellectual property.
Sorry.
Okay.
Please, you're echoing, and I wasn't able to grab the types of cyber security. Sorry, please.
Okay. Okay, sorry, let me come again. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, I can hear you, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, fine. So I was talking about cybersecurity. I said cybersecurity is all about the practice of protecting your system, your devices, and your network from digital attack. When you talk about digital attack, the attack that takes place online. So, and we have types. So I talked about the network security. I talked about the information security, and I talked about the application security. I talked about the cloud security. I talked about the Internet of Things security. Now, when we talked about data, the reason why you are protecting all your system, your devices, and your network is that so that your information, your data consists of your information will not be stolen. Now, and because it will not be stolen, so we have cybersecurity has 3 arms we call CIA triad. So the reason why we are protecting it is because your data has to be kept from being, from digital criminal having access to it. So it's just making sure that your data, your information are not stolen online or they are not used to implicate you. So that is what you are trying to do. So when you come to the field of cybersecurity, what you'll be doing for businesses, working in firm, companies and organizations is that you'll be protecting your company or the small business which you are actually, you're actually working from where you are actually working from, no digital attacks, their information, the information of the customers, the information of your business partners will not be stolen. So now when I talked about confidentiality, I talked about CIA tried, and I talked about the CIA tried, the C there, it means confidentiality. And we have the I there stand for integrity. And we have the A there stand for availability. Do you all get me, or I should just repeat myself?
Sorry, please repeat yourself. I do not understand you.
Okay, you know what? Let me use my phone. Don't know. Okay. Yeah, sorry everybody. Can you hear me? Hello.
We can hear you, ma.
Okay, sorry, I don't know. Now, what I was saying before was that I was talking about confidentiality, and I was talking about availability and integrity, right? Did you hear that part? Did you hear that part?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, fine. Now, what do you mean by confidentiality, or what do you understand by confidentiality? The act of keeping things being disclosed. Yeah, that's general. But when it comes to confidentiality of data, your information in cybersecurity, confidentiality has to do with ensuring that those who have access to your information are only authorized to view it. Now, it means that your sensitive information can only be authorized, can only be viewed, or can only be looked at, any English you want to use, by authorized user or resources. Now, it means that maybe you have an information like your bank account now. So the reason why you are using PIN, you are using no password, maybe you are using PIN for your ATM now, is that it is only you that knows your ATM PIN and has access to your bank account. So it means that it is unauthorized user can have access to your information. So confidentiality has to do with rules from preventing your sensitive information from being disclosed from unauthorized user. So it means that only you or people that has access to your information can actually view it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay. Now, when we talk about integrity, it deals with ensuring that your data is not tampered with. Maybe your name, your PIN, your email, or things, your intellectual property, anything that has to do with your personal information, your medical record is not being tampered with. And we have the availability. Availability means that your resources can be, it can be viewed by those who are required to view it. Are you with me? Do you get it?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so it means that unauthorized user can access the system. Now, I talked about confidentiality, that those who are authorized can actually view the specific information or resources. So, and I talked about integrity, that it deals with that your data, your information are not tampered with, regardless of what happened, whether they are at rest or in transit. Now, the availability, I talked about making sure that resources are available for people who are required to use it. Now, this is all cybersecurity has to do about. It has to do with preventing data and information. Now, we have three different types of data. Now, we have data at rest that we are trying to secure online, and we have data in transit, and we have data at rest in transit, and we have data in process. Now, data in process are data we are trying to, perform operations on. Maybe you are trying to send a file, send a document. It means that your data is being, it's being processed. Is being processed. Now, when we talked about the data at rest, it means that your data that you store maybe on your hard drive, you store on your solid state drive. Now, and for the data in transit, hello,
Yeah, we
can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
me? Am I not echoing?
You're not echoing.
Okay, fine. So I talked about data in transit, data at rest. Now, the data we are trying to guard or safeguard online. Now, what are the security measures that we need to take to secure this data? Number one, that is why, coming to cybersecurity for you, just like creating an awareness for you, because you want to get into cybersecurity field and also help others, safeguard yourself first, and also others. I mean others by companies, firms, small businesses, large businesses. So that's what I was talking about. Now, one of the measures, security measure we need to take to make sure that our data is being secure is number one, awareness and training. That is why you are also, taking this training also, so that you can be aware and you can safeguard yourself. Now, awareness training, we need to educate people to ensure that they have knowledge about the potential threats and actions they need to take in order to protect their information system. Now, and also, one of those security measures we need to take as a cybersecurity, maybe analyst, you are coming at any part of cybersecurity, later find yourself, is that we need to make sure that our systems and our hardware are actually based solution. It means that they are actually up to date in order to protect us from digital attack. Now, and another thing we need to do is that we need to comply with the laws, procedures, and governance. That's when we talked about governance, risk, and compliance. We have to compliance with the rules, with the laws of the industry. So it is very, very important we comply with it so that we can be guided and saved online. Now, if we now take all this measure for our data not to be stolen online, how do we now prevent threats or breaches? Now, to prevent breaches online, it means that we have to, make sure we enforce two-way authorization or authentication. We have to make sure that we don't click any link we don't know its source, and also we have to make sure that our system are up to date. Now, what I talked about breach the other time, breach or security breach just means that incident that that results from unauthorized access. Unauthorized access is that somebody you don't know just gain access to your system. Maybe for most of us that we just own our system, our system doesn't have password. Anybody can just come, start using your system, or for it may be our mobile device, like our phones, our tabs, is not securely guided. So breaches can happen. Your information can be stolen. Your data can be stolen through that access. So security breach just means that your data is accessed by an unauthorized user. So, and that being your data or your information being exposed can result that attacker uses for their financial gain and for other advantage, maybe for identity theft, in order to, in order to actually shoot you. I'm talking about shoot you is that in order to make things, get you involved in what you don't know about. Now, if all these things now happen, now, how will you now know? Now, if you don't forget rather, I said incidents are happenings, are things that are resulting from your data being seen or being accessed by an unauthorized user. Now, the reason why this attacker actually, they want to get to use your information, or they want to steal your information, is number one, because of financial gain. That is a lot. That's the main reason, is that they want to get access to your information so that they can steal it and use it for their own gain. For most, I don't know, for people that have been duped before, and also people, I don't know, for people that have maybe gotten involved in one business or the other that have been scammed before. Now, you understand what I was trying to say. Now, the reason why they are doing this is that so that they can actually get to you by wiping away all your bank accounts, taking away all your money. So it is very, very important that our devices are kept away from unauthorized users or cyber criminals or attackers online. Did you get that? Hello,
Yes,
did you
ma'am.
get that?
Yes.
Okay.
Indeed.
Okay, fine. Now, when your data is now saved online, now what can you do? What can you do as a what's it called, as a cybersecurity? I'm asking a question now. Now, what are the measures that you can take for you to safeguard your data online? I just want to know that you are following me. What are the measures that you can take to protect your data online?
Number one, hello.
I'm with you. Go ahead.
Number one is keeping your information up to date, like your system up to date.
Okay.
Are you listening?
Yes.
And
Yes.
also, I'm not clicking on any links that
Yes.
is
Yes.
unauthorized by you.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Thank. Okay.
yeah.
Also, by using a very strong password, which
Yes.
can be difficult for the hackers to crack or something like that.
Oh, fine. Everybody has spoken well.
I,
Yeah.
I,
Thank you.
I don't know if
Okay.
this is I don't know if this is unrelated, but I mean, by accepting, I want to talk about this accepting of cookies online.
Okay.
Does it we are actually trading your informations with the website? Yeah,
Okay.
something like that. So I want to know
Okay.
if
Yeah. You can actually choose to accept cookies. We are going to get the data in the training. Now, you can choose to accept cookies or not. You have to read their terms and conditions, because cookies are just trying to make sure that when you visit that website, all your information can be saved. So you don't need to start entering. They just want to safeguard you online. So now, having that being said, now I said that we must know the reason why we are actually protecting our information is because of financial gain. Those people, they want to get to us in order to steal from us. That's financial gain, and also identity theft. They can use your picture for anything. They can use your picture, they can use your name, they can use anything just to implicate you. So it is very, very important. Now, having been said that, I would like us to talk about the types of attacks that happens in cybersecurity. Have we all heard about malware? When you talk about malware, malware. Now, malware is just, it means malicious software. Now, malware is just any code. Malware is code that can be used to steal your data, or they are codes to bypass access and to cause harm to your system or to your identity. Are you get what I'm saying? So malware is just any code. It's just software. It's just code that is used to steal your data. So what that will do is that it will bypass the normal process in order to get your data, in order to steal your data from you, and it will compromise your system. So, and we have different types of malware. Now, one of the most common one that most of us are actually familiar with is what we call virus. I mean, who among you has the system been infected with virus before? It happens. Hello, are you all with me?
We are with you.
Okay,
Yeah,
fine.
we're with you.
That's the normal, that's most everybody knows about virus. I think that's the most common virus. That's the most common one that people knows. Now, when we talk about virus, what does virus do? Virus is just a code, you know, it's just a computer program that runs on your system just to replicate itself, and it will get attached to your system in order to execute the files, your document, and it will run its own code on it, so that you can interact with your system, or or initiate any action.
Sorry, please come again. You said virus is a computer program
yes, that runs on your system. It attaches itself on your system in order to make sure that you can access your system, because it will actually corrupt your system. It will insert its own code in your system so that you can interact with or initiate any action. Now, when your system is infected, you can't use it again because it's already infected by virus. So you can't use it. There's nothing you can do. All you just have to do, maybe reinstall, use antivirus, and also, or you actually go and wash your system. There's what we call wash your system. But I'm going to get there. I'm just building this thing for us so that we just get it, because I just don't want us to bombard us with English. I want it to be simple for all to digest, so that if they just wake us up and ask us about this thing, to be easy for us to know. So it won't be big English and big grammar. Now, that is virus. Now, and there is another one that we'll call hardware. We have hardware. Hardware will install itself on your system, and it will automatically, it will deliver as an advert. I don't know, maybe for example, your mail now. There are sometimes, maybe just open your mail and you just see some adverts come up. It's not that you subscribe to those things, or it's not that, you just discover that you see all these adverts, you don't know where they are coming from. Now, if you now click those ads that come up and you don't know where they are coming from, it's not that you have subscribed to the channel or to the website, that kind of clicking that link can actually, install malicious code on your system. So most of the time, when you just seeing it when it just pop up on you, maybe it can be on your screen or your mail, that kind of popping up, that kind of ad, don't click on it, because clicking on it, it can install malicious code into your system. Is that clear? Hope you are getting me. Hope I'm breaking it down that you can digest.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Now there's another one we call ransomware. I'm talking about the types of attack now. Another we call ransomware. And that ransomware, when you hear ransom, normally we know that ransom has to do with money. Now, it's just designed, or it's just a program that is designed in order to, what this ransomware does is that it will encrypt all your data. When it gets hold of your system, it has codes in which it can use to encrypt your data and make sure that you don't have access to your data. Now, and because you don't have access to your data, those criminals, those attackers, they will send you an email that your system, that before you can have access to your file, your documents, everything, you have to pay. That is the reason why we call it ransomware. So what they do is that when the ransomware, when it encrypts your data that you cannot have access to it, they will send you a mail and tell you that your system, has been infected, and you need to pay before they can release all your information, everything they have encrypted. Because by then, by ransomware getting hold of your system, everything you have on the system, everything will be encrypted. And that encryption will make it very hard for you to access all your information. So you have to pay them, because they have to decrypt it from their own end before you can have access to it. And ransomware, it's not just small money. It's a huge amount of money you have to pay this digital criminal or hackers, anyone you want to use. Just know that they are attackers, they are hackers, and they are criminals, digital criminals. So that is that. And we have another one that we call scareware. That one is just use tactics in order to trick people to take specific action on your system. So when you click on all this action, it will run automatically a specific program on your system, and your system will not be able to return to normal again. So we must be very conscious of what we are clicking, websites we are actually going. And also there are plenty, we have worm also. And that worm, it is self-replicated. When worm, get hold of your system or infect your system, you won't know, because it can hide. And also, if your system is connected to other networks, it will infect those networks too. So worms by itself, they are self-replicated, and they can actually run themselves without any user or anybody running it. And it spreads so quickly on the system that it can actually exploit the vulnerabilities of your system. Now, for systems that are not up to date, there's no patches, they are not up to date, those kind of systems, it will be very, very easy for worm, to have its course in that kind of a system. So, and another one that I want to talk about is the one that we call the backdoor. Now, that backdoor is just a type of a malware that is used to gain unauthorized access by bypassing the normal authentication. Now, for example, maybe when you go to bank, I don't know, some bank where you go to some banks, we have, apart from the entrance, there is another side or another place where you have to enter. Or let me use this example so that you get what I'm talking about. Maybe, for example, now some people have access, to the operating room or the control room or the power room of any business or anything. Now, what happens is that those, I'm using the physical example so that you get what it does on the system. Now, for example, now, when a person, maybe the control room, the operating room, anyone, just get what I'm trying to explain to you. Now, instead of, before you can enter those kind of a place, you need to have a card, a pass card, or like an authentication card that's going to authenticate you, for you to, for you to pass through or to get into the control room or the operating room. Now, so what it now does, I'm now bring that to the system, is that instead of going through the normal route, it won't go through the normal route by you, verifying, going through the normal process of the system, but it will make sure that it actually bypass those processes for it to get access to your system. So an hackers, what this type of what's it called, malware, what it does is that normally they use it for a remote worker. That's why I'm talking about the backdoor. The backdoor. So hackers use it to gain access through remote access to your resources by a remote system command that they launch there is what make them to get access to your system. Now, so it works underground, and you won't even know that they have gotten access, or they have gained access to your system. And it should be very difficult to detect that this thing has taken place. So it is when, it is when your information is being stolen, and maybe you check some log and on other things, but I'm just building so that you can understand. That's when you know that your information, your data has been stolen. Do we get that? I'm going to give us the slide. I don't know.
Yes, we did.
Okay, yeah. Those explanation you get is because, and the English, because I'm going to show it to us on the screen and you just be reading, but I'm just explaining so that it will be very easy for us, to take in. Okay. Now, having been said that, now when we now talk about cybersecurity, and we have different types of attackers. Now, I will now talk about attackers. We have different types of attackers. I've talked about the types of malware, how your system, how these people get access to your information, your personal data. Now, we have different types of attackers. Their functions is a little bit different. It differs from each other. Now, why are these people, why are these cyber criminals, why are these hackers, this attacker trying to gain access? Now, the first one is what I call the white hacker. The second one is what I call the gray hacker. The third one is what I call the black hacker. Do you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
We heard you.
I want response. I just want to know you are with me. Now,
we are with you.
These hackers, what they do is that they try to break into our system to gain unauthorized access to our personal information. And why are they doing this? Is for, most importantly, the first thing, the reason why they are doing it is for financial gain. So when you hear about scam, all these people, these scammers that used to scam people, that's the reason why they're actually doing this. It's for monetary purpose. Now, I talked about the white hackers, the gray hackers, and the black hackers. Now, the white hackers, what they do is that those white hackers, they will try to identify weakness. All these hackers, they use sophisticated technologies in order to perform their operation. Now, but we are coming there gradually. Now, this white hacker, what they do is that they identify weaknesses in a system or in a network. Now, when they now identify the weakness in a network, they try to break through the system, into the system without permission, and that results into our information being stolen, our system being broken down, or identity theft, or financial theft. Now, let me come again for the white hacker. I said they try to identify weaknesses in a system or a network, and they try to break through into that system without permission. And that can result into a breach. It means our information, our data is being stolen. Now, the gray hacker, what they do is that they also try to find vulnerabilities that is in a system, but they will report their findings to the owner of the system. Now, by doing this, they might even publish it. So for them not to publish it, they will tell the owner and they can pay them. So they are doing this, let me just put it again to you like this, that this gray hacker, what they do is that they find vulnerabilities that is in a system. So by doing this, they would, after they have find the vulnerabilities in a system or a network, they will send message, they will let the owner or the company knows that, oh, in your system, oh, you find this in your system, and they can pay them off, appreciate them. Or if they did not, they can actually publish it for others hacker to exploit. Now, and we have another one that we call black hacker. Now, this black hacker, they take advantage also of the vulnerability in a system or a network for their own personal, illegal, financial, and political gain. Now, I said these black hackers, they are the most dangerous hackers, because any vulnerability in a system or in a network, the reason why they are doing it is for their personal gain, illegal gain, or political gain. Now, the difference between these hackers is that the white hackers, they break into the system, they report their findings to the owner of the system or the owner of the company. Now, that or they can also be called the pen tester. Are you getting it? They will identify the vulnerabilities, the weakness in a system, but this will be done by the permission or the owner of the business, of a company, or of a system. But the gray hacker, they just do it also. That one, they can even publish the details about it. And there is another one that we call the script hackers, or we call them amateur hackers. Those one, they are just using existing tools. They are just using, when you hear script or when you hear amateur, it means they are just playing. They are just playing with these things. They are not really skilled. So they are just using tools, and by their using of tools, they can find vulnerability in a system and they can use that to launch attack. These are inexperienced hackers. So the amateur, or you can call them amateur, or you can call them script. It means these people, they are not really skilled like the other three. Now, so these people can just be playing, be playing with some tools, using some tools, and accidentally or anyhow, just launch attack unknowingly or knowingly sometimes, because they are just playing with it. Now, the white hackers. Now let me summarized it like this. The white hackers, I said, they do that by the permission and any of their of the owner, and any of their findings, they report it back to the owner. That is where we call the ethical hacking. Now, the ethical hackers or ethical hacking, they are the ones that are illegal hackers. Now, they don't do that for fun, or they don't do that for financial gain. They do that also to help businesses, to help companies to check systems and to find out vulnerabilities and report it back to the owner. And they are highly paid. They are highly paid very well, because if for you to sit down, look for system, because the reason why they are actually doing this is that these were professionals. They are legal. They are doing it to help you to find if there will be any threat, any vulnerabilities, or any weakness in your system before those ones that want to use it for financial gain now comes in and steal everything and take your vulnerabilities, hacking, and take your personal information rather, and use it for their financial gain or their political gain. Now, let me still say this: the black hackers, those ones, they are the sophisticated hackers, because people that actually used to use this type of hacker or this group of hackers are majorly for political gain. Maybe a country trying to invade another country, or a company, trying to invade another country. But the major reason for these black hackers is that it's because of political gain or financial gain. I think, let me stop here and hear feedback from us and see if we are following. Hello.
Hi, we can hear you.
Okay, let me stop here. I think this is where we are going to stop today. So,
all right,
everything I have said so far, can you please maybe repeat them, like how it syncs with you? In a layman, let's just say it in your own time. I just want to hear you.
Sorry, is it the types of hacker in the system?
Yes. Everything, just give a paraphrase, a summary of everything we've talked about today.
Okay, the white hacker is identified as a witness in the system.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I said the white hackers, they identify witnesses in the system.
Okay.
The grey hackers, they find vulnerable information and deliver it to the owner of the system.
Yeah, that's the white hacker. Okay.
The black hacker, they take advantage of vulnerable information for their own personal gain.
Okay.
And the rest, I really don't understand the rest, but
okay.
That's what I can say.
Okay, yeah, somebody else. Somebody else. Who else is going? Who else wants to talk? Hello. Hello. Are we not here? Should I start calling us? I want a summary of what we have talked about today. Please, let's talk. If you really get what is being said today.
Yeah, let me
I'm
just
not
say what
using
I
too
can say.
much of English for you guys. So
Yeah,
I don't want you to understand the concept.
can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, in summary, you've talked about different type of attacks like malware, ransomware, and the likes. You have also talked about different type of hackers like the white hat, the gray hackers, and the is it the black now or the yeah, I think it's the black hackers. So and you try to explain in lay terms what they do and how they perform their attacks. So
Okay.
and also yeah, I think basically that's what you said that I can remember with for now. So yeah, yes.
Okay. Okay, fine. That's fine. Now, I talked about the CIA triad. Now, what is who can explain the CIA triad? I mean the confidentiality, the availability and the integrity. Who can explain?
Hello. Sorry, can I
Yeah,
talk?
yes, go ahead.
The confidentiality is only authorized by the user, the owner of the system, right?
Hello, what do you say? What
The
do you say?
confidentiality is like
Okay.
like a program whereby it's only authorized by the owner, like the user of the system.
No. Okay, let me help you. It means that those who are actually authorized can view the information. Do you get that? Is it simple as that? Those who are authorized, that's what we call confidentiality. It's not everybody that has to see it. It's not everybody that needs to know. Nobody has to see it except those who are authorized. So it just means that only those who are authorized can view that information or resources. Is that clear? Okay, let
Yeah.
me hear the integrity.
Okay, the integrity, the ensuring data are not tampered with.
Yes, yeah, right. Great.
Then the
What of the
availability
availability?
is the resources can be viewed by those required to view it.
Yeah, yeah. Thumb up for you. Yeah. Please, I love that. You really get what I was saying. And I thought that's great. Yeah, fine. Now I talked about the types of cybersecurity, and I talked about network. Do you still all remember that?
Sorry, come again.
Okay, I talked about the types of cybersecurity. I talked about the network security. I'm doing a recap. Information security, application security. Do you all remember that?
Yes, we do.
Okay, and how many types of data do we have? Like the data in each state that I talked about the other time.
You mentioned only 3.
Okay, yes, fine. Can you mention them?
Data at rest, data in
Yes,
transit, and data in process.
in storage. Okay, fine. I talked about data in process. I talked about data at rest and data in transit. Thank you very much. I think everybody got today's message, today's lesson. I think is all cleared. Or do you have any question? Hello, do you have
Sorry,
any question?
I don't have a question. I just have like a suggestion. Can we get like the material so we can follow up after the class?
Okay, yes, I'm going to send that to the group. I
Okay.
don't know, my system is running down and it's not really coming up today. So I'm sorry for that. I should have come with a slide. I've prepared the slide, but I don't know. I have to check my system after the class and see what's wrong with it. So I'm going to send that to you in the group. Now, for next, we are meeting on Wednesday, right? That's by this time, same time, 7 o'clock on Wednesday. Please let us all come very early. Now, before then, I'm going to send you the material. I'm going to maybe tonight. If I can't do tonight, I'm going to send it tomorrow so that you can read up and freshen your memory, because when by Wednesday I want us to, I want us to learn step by step so that you know this and you have known it for life. So if they wake you up, this aspect, this fundamentals to cybersecurity, you really know it and you know it well. So you can actually progress. I think that's cool with us.
Yeah.
Okay, in absence of nothing again, please, I would like to bring this class to stop. Thank you, everybody, for
Right.
joining
Thank
tonight.
you. Thank you very
Yeah,
much.
Thank you.
See you in class on Wednesday.
Okay.
All right. Bye bye. Good night.
Bye. Good night.